it's how you use it. My favorite art supplies. It's going to be a nice, quick, easy video because I'm so basic, I don't use that many. So let's get straight into it. Let's start off with the most obvious one if you've been watching my recent videos. I can't see, it's my back camera. Copic markers. Okay, let's talk about these. I absolutely love my Copic markers. They have a brush end and also a chisel end, so you can get those fine details but also cover more area. The only problem is the price is absolutely insane, and there's competition out there with very good markers, so just bear that in mind, but I do love them. Pens, pencils. The Pilot G2, not sure if that's focusing, sorry. So this is a 0.5 and it is really good for doing more detailed work, so such as the face, you know, smaller details, because it is a finer nib. So I really like this, and it is also smudge proof, so I can use this first and put markers over it, or I can just put it on after the markers if I'm not feeling too confident on that day. I'm also using the Pentel Energel in 0.7. I use this for thicker lines, areas that I don't need really tiny details, and yeah, I really like this one because I feel like you get more ink flow, I can cover more area, it's really good. My favourite for sketching, Prismacolor Col-Erase. These are just my favourite pencils to use when I am doing a sketch, which is going to involve markers. The reason why I use this, if I use graphite pencil and then go over that with my markers, that pencil is going to smudge. You're going to have dirty smudge lines, you know, you're going to have greys and blacks all smudged together, and you're also going to ruin your marker, especially for a light coloured marker. It's going to ruin it. You're going to have like a little black tip. So not worth it. But with these, they do not smudge. They look nicer. It's nice to have a colour underneath your actual drawing, and they're erasable. Even more important when you're sketching and you're making all of those mistakes, like I do, like we all do. Pencil. I have a few. I really like to test pencils. I do. Rotring are really good. I really like them, and the one that I'm currently using is the Rotring Visuclick 0.5mm, and I just like how it feels in my hand. The thing with pencils or mechanical pencils or any pencil is it's just a pencil at the end of the day. Like, it's nothing special. It's graphite. They're all the same, unless you're getting a different lead, you know, a different softness of lead. They're all the same. The most important thing to me is how the pencil feels in my hand. Is it comfortable? Is it a nice weight? You know, is it good for my grip? And this one at the moment is serving me pretty well, so definitely something I would recommend. So it's really important to remember that it's not about the tool that you use, it's how you use it. Almost forgot about this. This is really important. The Sakura Gelly Roll. And the reason I like this is it's a gel pen, white obviously, and I like this because it's actually very opaque for a gel pen. Normally they can be quite, you know, they don't lay down the color properly, and they can be kind of, you know, they'll show a line in the middle of the line, if that makes sense. This has not let me down. So Gelly Roll, Sakura, very good. Always use it. I am currently using the Ohuhu Sketchbook. It has 60 sheets, and it's kind of like a cardstock paper in that it's slightly thicker than normal sketchbook paper, and it's very smooth as well, so it lays down the markers absolutely beautifully. Really smooth, and I've only tested them with my Copics. They're the only markers I have, but I'm guessing because they're made by Ohuhu that their markers obviously work very well. But I absolutely love this sketchbook, one of the best that I've used. And it also comes with this handy little plastic sheet that you can put between pages to avoid bleed. It is going to bleed through on the page that you're actually using. That's common, markers bleed, but not onto the other page underneath it. As you can see, I have quite a few brushes there too. I've only just recently started getting into painting. So I made sure to get cheap ones because I don't know if this is something that I'm going to pursue. So these are the paints that I am currently using. I've used them maybe 2 or 3 times. Like I said, I'm not very experienced with using paints, but from what I've used so far and from what I've created, I'm very happy with these. They are beautiful paints. They're so vibrant, and the colors that you actually see, they are what is actually going to go on the page. The consistency is beautiful. I find it easy to water them down or use them a bit more opaque. So yeah, I truly think they are a fantastic addition to my supplies. Last but not least, my iPad. I use this a lot, obviously. This is a nice old one. This is an old one. It's from 2017. It has served me very well, and it is still going strong. So I have the 10.5 inch. I use Procreate exclusively. I don't use any other programs. I just use Procreate. And it's just so easy to use. I just love the simplicity of the program, and yet you have everything you really need to make full illustrations. This is going to fall. Full illustrations. And I used to use Photoshop when I was using my PC. Once I moved to iPad and Procreate, I would never be able to go back. I just love it so much. And it's cheap. Like, I mean, obviously the iPad's not cheap, but Procreate, the app, is only like, I bought it for about 10 euros back in the day. I'm not sure how much it is now. It can't be much more expensive, but 100% worth the money. Will always recommend Procreate. I love you guys. You're amazing. So that's everything that I use. It's actually more than I thought I used, but at the same time, it's not too many materials. And I do recommend all of them. Otherwise, I wouldn't really be using them, but I also wouldn't be speaking of them. And let me know what materials that you use. Do you use these ones as well, or do you use something different? Would you suggest something different? Just let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Need my coffee.